Hi everyone, welcome to another YouTube class. So today, per request of my beautiful friend Charm, we're going to be breaking down a pose that we use in the practice all the time, especially when you practice Vinyasa or anything that feels flowy, and just yoga in general, which is Chaturanga. And it's just so important to build. Just know that if you're starting your yoga journey, it's really really important to build your tricep and shoulder strength. So when you start holding things like plank poses or really working on the shoulders and working on your triceps, eventually you'll get into a more aligned chaturanga, which will highly benefit um, your joints, of course. So we really want to be mindful of the wrist health and the shoulder health and even your elbow health. So long story short, I'm going to give you a bunch of drills that you can practice on your own and just trust the process. There will be a lot of holding today because I want to give you alignment and tips to really build up to that strength that you will eventually need to really hold your chaturanga. And honestly, I've been practicing for 8 years, and this is still a very challenging pose for me. So don't think that you just have to get there right away. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You'll come to your child's pose. So we'll do fingertips forward, toes touch, knees open, forehead to floor. And right here, just find your breath as always. And let yourself arrive on the mat from feeling, not from forcing or creating tension. Take 3 more breaths in, open. 2 more in breath, out. 1 more inhale, empty all the way. Tabletop on your elbows. So rock all the way forward. Press your palms onto the floor and your elbows onto the floor. And right here, take cat cows on your elbows. So you push the floor away, round, breathe, and then drop belly, look forward. And keep switching, noticing the movement of your shoulders and the movement of your hips and spine. Add every portion of it. The next time your back is just neutral, walk your hands back, press your palms onto the floor. Right here, we'll work with scapula push-ups. So align your wrists with your shoulders, press the chest down to the floor, and then up to the ceiling. So you start to feel how your shoulder blades protract and retract. And we're engaging the muscles of your shoulder that provide stability to the shoulders. So we're just pushing the floor away and then dropping the chest. Try not to make it about the elbows, but make it about the chest. Right. The next time your back is neutral, take a big step forward with your palms, with your fingers. drop your chest and drop your forehead. Just let your chest open. Allowing the heart to melt towards the floor. Feeling that nice, it doesn't have to be stretched, but that sensation, stretchy sensation, because it really depends on the tension of your muscles and everything. So we're not trying to force anything. This is more of a feel good space where you can just try to quote unquote stretch without really forcing, but rather allowing gravity to support you right here. And then just keep your thumbs touching, stretch your fingertips open, look forward, and come into a baby upward facing dog. So drive your chest and your abdomen halfway forward, push the floor away, feel the protraction of your shoulders, and start to engage your core. So I'm not driving my hips all the way down. Go back into your puppy pose, and then look forward. Shift the weight into your palms. Upward facing plank. I'm just going to call it like that. And then go back. That's probably not the name of the pose, but we're going to call it upward facing plank. And keep switching. Do that a few more times. All right. And then the next time you're back, walk your hands all the way back. You're going to start to build strength right here. Point your pointers to 12 o'clock. That's so important. So finger alignment, that's super important for your chaturanga. And by that, I mean focus on the placement of these two fingers. So this will support your shoulder range of motion. So you can go 12 o'clock, you can go slightly out, and that probably will serve your shoulder anatomy. So you have to try it. Point your pointers forward, tuck the toes, push the floor away. Think of a cat, bear plank. If you want to transfer weight forward and back a few times, maybe play with that. And then the next time you're forward, just hold. You're going to start feeling the triceps right away. And we'll be there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing, your hips up and back. Inhale. Exhale all the way. In breath. Out breath. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Ragdoll pose. Right to left, left to right. Drop your head, drop your neck. Stay at the back of your mat, reach your arms all the way up. Take one in breath, reach up and back. And then interlace your hands behind your lower back. Peel your chest open, bend the knees, fold forward, forward fold. And we'll do that a few more times. So bring a water-like quality to your transition. So bend the knees, reach up and back, peel the chest open, and then again, bend your knees, drop your head, drive your fists forward, and then you keep switching. You go up, open, feeling how you round the spine, and you invite the hips into the motion. Find the spaces that feel good in the body. Not trying to get anywhere, but rather letting those moves Feel good. And then the next time you're forward, press your hands all the way forward. Drop your head forward fold. Right, release your bind. Walk your hands all the way forward and make your way into your plank pose. You can totally drop your knees, and I would highly recommend that you do if you need more integration in your chaturanga. But again, point the pointers to 12 o'clock, push the floor away, and just be there for a few moments. So press your palms down, round the shoulders. Drive your triceps into your side body. So you feel the activation on your armpits and the core right away. Take one more in breath. Downward facing, your hips back. Put your knees down on the floor. Get a block. So we're going to do a few drills to target the triceps. And so get a block. You're going to grab the block between your palms. So not so much with the fingers, but actually between the palms. And notice, I want you to align your elbows with the shoulders, with the wrists. So see that L shape that I'm creating? That's like super important. So really squeeze a block in between the palms, and then you'll feel the triceps activating right away. So from here, keep that integration. Extend your arms all the way forward and squeeze your block. With resistance, re-bend the elbows and go back to that L shape. And then all the way forward, extend the arms. Bend the elbows, squeeze the block between your palms. And then all the way forward. And then re-bend. Really try to keep your core engaged. So notice if you're just forgetting about the core, pull the pit of your belly into your spine. Stay lifted, stay elevated, and then bend and extend the elbows a few more times. Take 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. All right, release a block. Make your way into a forearm plank. And hopefully by now you'll see that even though we think it's just, we can be like, oh, Chaturanga is just a push-up technically, but it really requires, it's essentially a moving plank. So you need a lot of core strength, of course, shoulder integration, shoulder flexibility, tricep strength, core integration. I probably already said that. Even your glutes. So it's important right here. Squeeze your glutes, pull the pit of your belly in, and push the floor away. So feel the connection between fingertips and floor, palms, elbows. 10 more counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes, release the knees. Press your chest all the way forward. Press your palms down. Drive your elbows up. Seal pose. Press your chest all the way forward. And we're working here. So really drive your shoulders back. And then we're going to go back to your forearm plank. Put the elbows down, tuck the toes, or you can keep your knees down, totally fine. Forearm plank. Check in with glutes, alignment of your hips, core strength, shoulder strength. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release your belly. Come into your seal. Push the floor away. Peel the chest open. Last time, forearm plank, push floor away. If you want more, you can keep the top of your feet on the floor and really transfer the weight forward into your fingertips. Round your upper back and push the floor away. We're there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. We'll take a few rounds of your isolated cobra. So frame the chest, drive your arms back, your elbows back, lift the chest halfway up, and then all the way down. You close your eyes, halfway up, all the way down, up, down. One more. Nice. Come all the way down, press your palms onto the floor, walk your fingertips all the way back. So this is really important. Align your fingertips with the lower part of your rib cage. Press down and then lift up into top of your feet onto the floor. Lift up into an upward facing dog. So keep your elbows in, push the floor away, lift up, upward facing. Drive your arm bones towards your heels. Take one more in breath. Downward facing with your out breath. All right, bend your knees. Go to the top of your mat, halfway up. Bow forward. Reach all the way up, in breath. Bow forward, out breath. Halfway, breathe in. High plank. Breathe out. Now we're holding plank. Press palms down, round your back. So if at any class you're like, okay, I don't feel good to take as many chaturangas, honestly, I've been there and sometimes I just prefer to hold a plank and protect my integration than just moving through your chaturangas without alignment, just because I find it safer for my shoulders, for my elbows, for my wrist. So yeah, plank is a really great place to be until you feel more comfortable with the pose. Side plank on the right side. So spin your heels to the right, take your left arm straight up. Here, align your shoulders with your lower wrist. Flex your toes into your body, push the floor away. We've done this in other practices here. So really feel the engagement of your obliques as well. That's so important. Like imagine that someone is just like lifting you from your side body. Take your left hand straight up and just hold for a few more moments. And then get back to plank. Go to your side plank on the left side. Reach up. Find the alignment in your upper body. Extend your right arm straight up. Right, plank pose, knees down. How are you doing? This is and that's probably why I love drills so much, because they'll give you more stability as you take any pose, and it just makes me feel safer when I practice. We're gonna take some integration for the core. You're welcome to use 2 blocks. So this is another great, I really like this drill. So you can align your 2 blocks with the knees or IT band. Press your palms into the floor. And then from there, think of rounding and pushing the floor away. Pull the pit of your belly in to really create that push from your foundation, and really round from the upper back and engage your triceps and core, which is going to be super helpful not only for chaturanga, but for any arm balance and when you go upside down. So press your palms onto the blocks, top of your feet down. Push the floor away. We're there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come all the way down. And if 10 is a lot, do 3, do 5 counts. So it's totally up to you. This is something that you can, practice before when you're kind of like warming up for your practice. Press down. Really transfer the weight forward. Push the floor away. We're there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release the knees. Maybe give a shake to the palms, your wrist. And then we have one more. Push the floor away, so round. Lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Uncross your legs. Extend your legs all the way forward. And take a baby forward fold for a moment. Reach for the toes. Just maybe a few pulses to rebound and stretch. Not looking to get anywhere, just a feel good type of motion. And then we'll work with reverse tabletop and core activation. So for this one, sometimes I don't use blocks, so you don't have to use blocks, but think of your reverse table. So feet hip width distance apart, toes are gonna point forward. Again, think of the placement of your fingers. Point your pointers to 12 o'clock, press your hands down, and come into your tabletop. Now, see how I'm trying to align my shoulders with my elbows, with my triceps, and wrist. So from here, walk your feet slightly in, and then we're gonna try to either stay right here, really engaging the triceps, finding activation in the core. So I'm not going all the way up, just activation of the core. And this is steady and good for the shoulders. If you want more, you can do heels down, toes up. Try to bring your hips through your arms and push the floor away and then lift up. So again, you can either stay here and work on shoulder integration, drive your shoulders down and slightly towards the ears. Or you can join me and try to bring your hips through your forearms. Then lift back up. We'll take 3 more. Push floor away. And then up. Yeah, I don't really like these, but 2 more. Push. And then lift up. 1 more. Push. And then release all the way. Release your palms, release your wrist. Reach up. And then fold forward to rebound. Okay, we're probably feeling pretty ready for our chaturanga. So cross your ankles, sway your feet back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back, take malasana, interlace your fingers, and give a break to your wrist. Another great option for your chaturanga, now that we're gonna take it, is using 2 blocks under your palms to really support your wrist. To really protect the wrist, which is such a sensitive joint. I always care for it and I try to support it in my classes as much as I can. So just know that if you practice a lot, it's really important to take good care of your wrist and wrist flexibility. All right, forward fold, palms underneath the toes, gorilla. Drop your head. All right, we're gonna come into Chaturanga. Walk your hands all the way forward. Drop the knees for the first one. So here, again, point the pointers all the way forward. Press your palms into the floor. Bend the elbows. Actually, transfer the weight forward. So shoulders over the fingertips. Bend the elbows. Your elbows will frame your rib cage. Chaturanga. And then lift up. So transfer the weight into your fingertips. Bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Lift up. We'll take 3 more. Forward. Bend the elbows. Frame the rib cage. Lift up. Forward. Bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Lift up. 1 more. Forward. Bend the elbows. Lift up. Press your hips back and release. So that's essentially your Chaturanga. See how there is just a lot of alignment between wrist, kind of like fingertips, wrists, elbows, shoulders. So there is this transfer of energy towards the front part of your hands, not so much on the outer edge of your wrists, which happens a lot. So slightly forward and in, I would say, to really engage triceps and frame the rib cage with your elbows, or frame the rib cage with your arm bones. So with your arm bones or with the elbows. We'll take 5 more again before we come off the knees. So modify high plank, go forward, align shoulders with your fingertips, bend the elbows, Chaturanga, lift up. Press all of your hand knuckles onto the floor. Forward, bend the elbows, frame the chest, Chaturanga, lift up. 3 more. Forward, Chaturanga, lift up. Forward, Chaturanga, lift up. Forward, Chaturanga, lift up. And then press your hips back. There's just a lot of work, meaning we have to keep building the strength. And it would really depend on how your body's actually feeling. So now I'm going to show you Chaturanga in a full sun A. And yeah, we'll see how we feel. So come into a down dog. Look forward. Feet to the front of your mat, forward fold. Halfway up in breath. Bow forward, exhale. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway in breath. Walk your hands slightly back. Try to align your wrists with your toes. Bend the knees. Take a step back into your high plank. And then from here, transfer the weight forward. Point the pointers to 12 o'clock. Bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Frame your chest. Upward facing. Drive your chest through your arm bones. And then take your hips back. Downward facing dog. 1 more time. Bend your knees. Look forward. Top of your mat. Halfway in breath. Bow forward, out. Reach all the way up in breath. Bow forward, out breath. Halfway in. Prepare, so align your wrist with your toes. Point the pointers to 12 o'clock or slightly out. Bend the knees. Step back. Press your palms into the floor. Transfer the weight forward, so shoulders over fingertips. Bend the elbows. Low plank. Upward facing. Drive your chest all the way forward. Downward facing. Your hips all the way back. All right, come into your child's pose and thread the needle. Right arm underneath the left shoulder, left hand to your lower back. So now feel the rebound.
Notice the pause. Seeing a pose as a journey. I've never really practiced to get one pose. Kind of like the poses just happened. And I like that a lot because then you get that in the moment excitement when the pose just comes and you're like, oh, I didn't think I could do that. And then it happened. So I think it's pretty special as well. And sometimes I just prefer to hold a plank, things like that, that technically you're like, well, maybe, I just like need a perfect chaturanga. But, and then if you compare that to a plank, you're like, oh, you're skipping chaturanga. But plank is actually going to give you the strength to create a stronger chaturanga and therefore a steadier crow and therefore steady, I don't know, forearm plank or forearm stance and things like that. So all of the poses are actually important and the pauses are really important as well. Press your left hand down, take your right arm up, and then put your right hand down. Do the other side. Thread the needle on the left side, right hand to your lower back. Just what I'm trying to say is just embracing that part of your journey. I don't know, whatever you consider is the level of your practice. And you can always challenge yourself and find ways to build stronger foundation. Rather than just focusing on a pose. I mean, if you want to focus on a pose, that's also great. All I'm saying is that every step matters and we can find a way to challenge ourselves in every pose. There's no easy pose or hard pose. Just, it's just a pose. There's space to growth in all of them. Right. Press your right hand down, take your left arm all the way up, release your left hand. And I really hope that you'll like that tutorial. Keep practicing, keep coming back to this video. And yeah, just let me know how it feels in your body. I hope to see you very soon, again, back on your mat. Thank you for practicing with me.